Okay, I'm at the weir at the end of Pepper Creek where the overflow is controlled, and as you can see, it's pretty damn high. And on the other side of the road, we see that it's actually up above the outflow points. You saw this before in an earlier video when it was very high, but this is even more so. Yeah, you can't even see the tunnel where it comes out. It's up over that. And you can see the tree is way up there. Water's way up there. So this is before the storm has hit. This is just today's rain. And tomorrow at 8 p.m. is landfall for the tropical storm, now Hurricane Hermine. And this is going to be very interesting to see what this looks like tomorrow. But there you go. That's where we're at the moment. This is 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Good morning, back here at the weir at the Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park in Homosassa, Florida. As you can see, the water level has gone down quite a bit. Compared to what we were seeing here yesterday, there was no waterfall, it was just flowing. Maybe later today when it rains some more we'll get something here, but right now at about 11 a.m. looking pretty good here. Over here on the other side, a lot more of the tree is exposed now. So there we go. Good evening. Well, it's a couple hours before sunset and it's already pretty darn dark. So I don't even know if this is showing up. But we're over here at the Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park at the Western Dock. And we've come over to see what's happening with the weir and the water levels in the creek versus the Homosassa River. Now before I go out in there, I'm going to get a look at it from here. You can see that water level is pretty high. We're on the most extreme edges of the hurricane here in Homosassa, but the southeast side of the hurricane is always the worst, and that's what we're getting. It's running right up the Gulf Coast from Tampa all the way up to Big Bend. Now high tide isn't for another hour yet, but I'm going to go out here now because I think in another hour it's going to be too dark to get anything on camera here. Okay, we see the creek is still flowing out, but it is very, very high. It's almost level. Look at this, that's tremendous. And the Homosassa River is going to be getting the tide flow coming in along with the storm surge, which is basically the wind pushing the water across the Gulf up the river. And here you can see over here again that the tunnels are completely submerged. And once again, our tree is a little bit deeper into the creek. So coming to you from the middle of the storm here in Homosassa, this is Judd. Have a good day. Well, good morning, and Judd coming here the morning after. The hurricane hit us overnight. There we go, look at that baby. And as you can see, we got some high water here at the park. We're up past the fence onto the road, and you can see the boats are very high. Oh my gosh, the roofs of the boat are almost hitting the steel balconies above them. That's pretty darn high. The roads to the other side of the park are flooded, can't get through. So I'm going to walk down Pepper Creek Trail and see what I can do. Take a look at Pepper Creek at the other end. And Pepper Creek Trail, as you can see, got a little flooding itself. Now this is actually the creek, believe it or not, but technically this is creek water that's just gotten so deep it's up here on the Pepper Creek Trail. So I'm wading through this, it's very clear and it's still 72 degrees. It's getting pretty darn deep now. I got a good foot of water here. Okay, this is what I came to see. We're coming up on the weir, and looks like the weir is just sort of some underwater barrier between the creek and the river at the moment. Over the last couple of days, you've seen a lot of video here, and here is the weir. That's it. This is where I keep talking about the tunnels. And I'm seeing a fish swimming around there above the tunnel. And you can see our tree down there is a little bit covered with water. And way down there, the far end, that's out the Homosassa River out there. Another couple hundred yards. Pepper Creek Trail. Now interesting, you can see it is still flowing out. I don't know if you can see it, but here's the dock. And we got a foot of water in here. It's interesting, as I walk through it, I can actually feel the current. There's still a damn good current flowing out. And this is where I filmed from yesterday. You can see the pier is totally gone. The weir is totally underwater, and I am up to my knees. Okay, I was standing on elevated ground here yesterday. I'm on my knees now. So, got a lot of water. You can see there's still a lot of flow. It's flowing down. The parking lot is completely flooded, as is all surfaces between here and the entrance building. On Fishbowl Drive. I'm sure any of you tourists remember this spot, and you know that it's not an underwater signage. By the way, it's about 9:30 now, maybe approaching 10. I don't know how long it's taking me to get over here. Uh-oh. Looks like the building's going to have some water in it too. There you go. Wow. I can only assume there's people in the park working on the cleanup, but this is just a lake, a river, all the way. Can't believe somebody drove through this. Got a little bit of sunshine poking through. Give us one hope. There's going to be a morning after. Actually, what there's going to be is more rain, some heavy rain all afternoon. So this is going to get even higher. Plus, we've still got all the wash down from the northern areas into this. This is the watershed. This is where it's coming. So this will actually be getting higher. And oh, look at that. Let's see some sunshine while we got it. Look at that. It's still beautiful in Florida. Okay, I'm almost back. This is that little side trail that goes down to the creek. I'm going to walk down there, see what it looks like down here. Those of you who followed me for a while have seen this area before. You know, this is where I got my cedar tree. And I also came down here to shoot the azaleas, the wild azaleas. And look at this, the water's all the way up here. Oh my gosh. We ain't anywhere near the creek. Look at that. We got deep water before we even get anywhere near it. Let's see if I can get a look at the creek down here. Almost up to my knees now. I've shot ducks and things out there. Tom Island is just out of sight around the bend there. It's the morning after the morning after. I'm back here over at the weir at the end of Pepper Creek, and things are a little bit better. You see where it's got the weir wide open, and it's actually above water now. We've got tons of water shooting through that baby. Look at that. A lot of debris and dirt in it, discoloration. That's getting all washed out. That's good. That's a good flow. Look at that baby go. The piers are starting to reappear over there. The walkway itself is dry now. And over on this side, you can see it's flowing very well. There's our tree. And way down there is the Homosassa River. It's still beautiful in Florida.